I'm just going to start off with this Be Perfect semi-permanent brow powder in the shade Charcoal. And I'm just putting it on with the SE 207 by Suzanne Jackson. Or Sosu by SJ, whichever you like to call it. These brow powders come with like stencils, but I don't use them. Excuse the mad hair as well. So I just draw a line underneath and extend it down, and then I just brush up the product very lightly, and I just draw a line parallel to the line on the bottom on top. Brush that in as well so it's not too harsh. I'm just coming a little closer. That's one brow done. Obviously one brow not done. So I'm just going to repeat the other one now. And boom, just like that, the other one's done. So next I'm going to carve out my brows with this MAC Select Cover Up in NW15, and I'm going to use this Rebelluna R07 brush to do it. This brush is amazing, and it's only €10. €10. I repeat, €10. I'm telling you. So you just go up under your brow and carve out. And then you just pat this in to make it matte. Just do the same on the other eye. See how effortless it is to carve out your brows with this brush. Like, I'm going to go straight in with my eyeshadows now, and I'm going to be using Sosu by SJ brushes now. So I'm going to start off with the SE 201. It's basically just a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to take this shade Louise. Yeah, if I showed you that'd be handy. Louise. So the red shade. I know my brush is blue, but it's just stained. It is clean, but it won't come off. And I'm just going to lightly pack that on. You don't have to be too precise at first. Look at the fucking pigment in them. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye. I barely touched the eyeshadow there, not like. So yeah, I just pack them on first, the colours. And then I kind of wipe the excess colour off my hand, and then I just blend upwards in small circular motions. You kind of want to be barely touching your eye with the brush. You don't want to go in like, you know, with a heavy hand, because you'll just ruin it. So yeah, I just do the same on the other eye, blending it upwards and outwards, like out to the side. You can clean up all the outside after if you want. Yeah, so we should be looking kind of like that for now. And then I'm going in with the SE 203. It's basically just a smaller version of the last brush. It's a blending brush, but just smaller. And I'm going in with the shade Cranberry from the same palette. So I asked you on my Instagram if you wanted me to do a tutorial using the So Hot Fire palette or the LMD and Be Perfect palette, and you voted for the LMD palette. So thanks for the feedback. It's an unreal palette. They both are, to be fair, but maybe the next one I'll do the So palette if that's what you want. I'll leave links below for all my Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all that if you want to follow me. You don't have to, but if you want to. So I'm just going to go in basically with this shadow, kind of in the same place, just a little bit lower down. And I'm just going to start blending that in as well in like circular motions. It's just to deepen up the crease a little bit. The pigment in these shadows, as I said already, is insane. So I'm just going with the same shade on the other eye. Just going in with the SE204, so it's just like a flat packer brush. And I'm going in with the black shade, so it's called Noir there. And I'm just going to start packing that on to my lid. Now, as I said, all these shades are very pigmented, but out of the palette, the black is probably the least pigmented. But I just think I've been using Urban Decay's Blackout for so long that honestly I don't think anything will ever compare it. No, I mean, it's still black like, but if you use the Urban Decay one, you'll know. So I basically just pack that colour on and just keep packing it and packing it and packing it until I'm happy with the intensity. Can't talk at all today. You don't have to be too precise with this either, because I'm going to blend them all together soon. So I think just a little bit more. And just packing. And I'm going to go in with the brush that I used for the cranberry shade, and I'm just going to lightly blend them together. And you'll notice as well down here I've hardly any fallout. I've actually none. No fallout. So yeah, I'm just basically putting the black on the other eye, same way I just did to that eye. Just going with that brush again and blending those two together like I did in my other eye. You should be looking like this. And then I'm just going to go in with a small bullet brush. This is the SE205. And I'm just going to get the shade Beam from this palette there and just put it in my tear duct area. And I'm going to just put a little bit of it up on my brow bone as well. And I'm going to go in and do the rest of my face, and then I'll do underneath my eyes. Start off with the Flormar Double Radiance Primer. And I just squirt a bit of it on the back of my hand. And I take the SF101 brush and I just put this all over my face. If you watch my previous video, you'll have seen me doing this. I love this primer, it's really, really nice. And then I'm going to go in with the Note Cosmetics Luminous Moisturising Foundation in shade 5, mixed with a little bit of the Note Cosmetics Mattifying Extreme Foundation in the shade 4. So I'm just going to put a drop of each of these on the back of my hand. My skin is kind of oily, well, it's very oily most of the time, so the luminous moisturising would be too much for my skin. Like, it'd make it oilier looking, and then the mattifying obviously mattifies, so I just give like a little squirt of both of them and I just mix them together on the back of my hand. I always kind of start in the centre of my face and work my way out. Sorry, I just blocked myself up again. So if you're watching this and you've watched my previous video, you'll know that I'm still very new to all this recording and editing malark. So thanks for watching and thanks for being patient, and hopefully in a few months we'll look back in these videos together and laugh and be like, what was I at? Stay to me. But for now, this is all I have. You want to just go around your brows like very lightly, you know, so you don't ruin all your hard work. And if you've watched my last video, you'll know I hate the whole white neck situation. Now I know this foundation is very orange for me, but like, just think if you've 10 on. I mean, this is full glam, so full glam means I would be wearing 10 and I would be going out, and I obviously wouldn't go out without 10. Well, out, I'd go for dinner without 10, but you know, you wouldn't go out without it. Well, I wouldn't anyway, and fair play to the people that can go out without it, but I think you just feel so much better when you've 10 on, don't you? So I always kind of bring it onto my ears. I'm just going to go in now with the Note Cosmetics concealer. It's the full coverage concealer in the shade 1. Yes, baby? Yeah? And I'm just putting it on under my eyes with the applicator. It comes with. I go through tubes of this. It's very good, and it's only $4.95. And those Note Cosmetics foundations are very cheap as well. I actually forget the price, but I think the mattifying extreme one is around 12 or 13 euro, and then the other one's cheaper again, as far as I remember. Just put some on my chin as well. Going in with the SD303 brush to set under my eyes, and I'm using the Banana Dreams powder by W7. Like, to me now, a powder is just a powder. I've never bought into the whole that Laura Mercier powder and all that. Like, no way am I paying that much for a powder. So I just basically set under my eyes and around my nose and my chin, Cupid's bow, basically anywhere I put the concealer. And with the SF105 to put on bronzer, so I'm using the Be Bold palette again, and I'm using the bronzing shade in the middle. And this is basically just to warm up the face a little bit. And bring it down onto your neck. Going in with the SF104 and the contour shade from this palette, so it's the middle one, and I'm going to contour at that. You want to start at like the top of your ear and down to about there, like under the corner of your eye. And I'd nearly always, I'd always put a bronzer on before my contour, because if you just go in with the contour straight away, it's going to look very harsh. So I just do the same on the other side, up into my temple and across my hairline. And under my jaw. And with the red shade then, or the brush I used for the red shade with no extra product on it, just whatever was left. And I'm running that under both my eyes. And then I'm just going in with this eyeliner pencil. So it's like a gel liner pencil from Push Makeup. It's called Black Caviar, and it is, just wait, you'll see. Look how black that is. Look how black that is. So I'm going to do the other eye. I'm just after getting a little bit of the black on the pencil brush, and I'm just smudging out that liner. With the brush I used to contour, and I'm taking the shade Peachy in the same palette. So it's the shade, it's the blusher shade, and I'm going to take a small bit and just putting it on the apples of my cheeks. The fan brush from Suzanne Jackson, it's the SD304 brush, and I'm just going in with the highlight shade from the same palette, so it's the one here on top. And you want to get loads of this, loads of this. So I just put this on the highest points of my cheeks. I literally go in with loads of this. Are you seeing that? What does everyone make of the Amrezy highlighting palette with Anastasia? It's unreal, like, but I've probably more highlighters than Anastasia herself. So is it Anastasia or Anastasia? I don't know. Anyway, look at that. And I put a little bit above my brows, my cupid's bow. I'm just going to use this Maybelline Great Lash in black. I've been using this mascara for years and years. So I just put on a pair of lashes off camera because I'll do a video on how I put on my lashes another time. So I'm going on to my lips now, and I'm just going in with the Isadora Sculpting Lip Liner in the shade Masala. You can't even see that, like, look, you'll see it going on my lips anyway. And then I'm just going to go in with this Luna by Lisa lip gloss in the shade Opal. So yeah, that's what it looks like. These smell amazing. And I love this colour. So I just basically smack my lips together for a few minutes. Like so. So that the lip liner and the lip gloss kind of mix together and make this shade. I set it all in with a setting spray, which I can't find, so just imagine I did it, you know. I'll be taking it all off in a few minutes anyway. Yeah, that's basically the look. I hope you liked it, and let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much, guys. Mwah.